Okay, so we'll get started. So we're actually going to start. If you have the ball, grab it. If you don't have the ball, don't worry about it. You don't need to use it for the first section. It'll feel a bit awkward if you had a pillow or a towel. But if you have your ball, grab onto it. So we're going to be up nice and tall. Hang on here. Let's make it a little brighter. There we go. Good. Hi, Sandy. Okay, so we're just going to take the ball. If you have it, don't worry about it if you don't have the ball. We're just going to place it in between our legs, right at the bottom. So right just above the ankle bone. Good. Up nice and tall. We're going to take an inhale, lifting the arms up. And on the exhale, we're going to round down, coming into our roll down. Pausing at the bottom, slight bend in the knees. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, all the way back up. Reaching the arms up. We're going to go into arm circles here. Moving the arms, circular motion, back, opening up through the chest. Okay, we're going to hold the arms back up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, rounding down. Pause at the bottom, take an inhale, and on the exhale, all the way back up. Again, back to your arm circles. So play with the size of your circles. You don't have to be too big. One arm can be smaller than the other if you feel a little bit of a limited range of motion on one side or one arm. Now hold those arms back up. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, rounding down. We're going to pause at the bottom here. Just let the head dangle, let the arms dangle. We're going to do a slight bend to the knees and then straighten. So I'll come from the side. So you can see it's just a little bend, the knees, and straighten. And bend, straighten. Two more. And last one. Good. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, mull all the way back up, lifting yourself up. Good. Hands will come onto the waist. We're going to do a little bit of footwork, keeping that ball, if you have it, between the legs. We're going to lift up the ball of the foot, so lifting the heels, and then lower down. And again, lift and lower. So relax the shoulders, neck is nice and long. Good. Lift and lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. One more time, lift and lower. Heels come down, we're going to come into a little bit of a squat. And then press up, bend, and straighten. So if you have the ball is trying to keep the knees aligned, keeping the legs aligned. You can double check, so just look down, make sure that the knees aren't flailing out. Set. One more time. Come all the way up. I'm going to build on that. We're going to go through a little sequence here. We're going to lift the heels up, bend at the knees, lower the heels, and straighten. Lift, bend, heels down, straighten. Inhale, and exhale. Lift, bend, heels down, straighten. Lift, bend, heels down, and straighten. One more time. Okay, now we're going to go in the reverse order. So keeping the heels down, we're going to come to our squat first. Then we're going to lift the heels, straighten the legs, lower the heels down. Bend, lift those heels, straighten the legs, lower the heels down. Good. Inhale and exhale. A few more times in this sequence. Warming up the feet. Good. Excellent. So lowering the heels down. Okay, so keeping that ball again between the knees, or between the ankles. Arms will come down. We're going to slowly round down. Just let the arms dangle, let the head dangle. At the bottom here, if you have the ball, grab onto it. And we're going to come all the way back up. Good. You're just going to take the ball over to one side. If you don't have the ball, just keep your arm over to one side. Other arm, you're going to reach it over. You're going to slowly towards the knee, back to center. So into our side bend. Over and back. That's it. Good. So feel that ball rolling. Feeling that armpit creep down towards the floor. One more time. Good. And come back to center. Taking the ball over to the other side. And to the other side now. Feel that ball rolling down the thigh towards the knee. Back to center. Good. That's it. Couple more. Good. Last one. Good. Come all the way back to center. Good job. Okay, so we're going to take the ball in front of our chest. Elbows are wide. If you don't have the ball, just make fists, so knuckles are together. You're going to keep the ball in line with the center of the chest, and you're going to twist. So keeping that ball in line with the center of the chest, you're going to pause here. You're going to extend the arms out. Oh, hello, Bob. There's my cat. Back to center. Good. You're going to twist to the other side, extending the arms straight out from the chest. Bring the ball back in, back to center. So you want to move the chest in that rotation. So make sure you're not just swinging the arms to the side. It's the whole rib cage and chest that twists. That's it. And twist. Do one more time to this side. Good. And come all the way back to center. Okay, so if you have a small pillow, so grab a throw pillow off your couch, or if you have a towel, roll it up. If you have your ball, you're going to use your ball. We're going to come down onto the mat. And we're going to bridge up nice and high. We're going to place the ball right underneath our tailbone. So make sure it's nice and low there. So you don't want it in your low back. It's lower than that. Good. And you're just going to feel, you're going to feel a little unbalanced here. That's what you want. Arms are down at your side. We're going to inhale to tuck. So feel the low back sink down towards the mat. And then exhale to untuck. So you're going to feel your low back arch away from the mat. Tailbone sinking heavy into the ball, the pillow. And then again, tuck and untuck. Inhale to tuck and exhale to untuck. Good. Few more. And you want to just make sure the feet are just resting on the mat. Make sure you're not pressing into the feet to get the pelvis to move. Engage the core a little bit. That will help keep that movement in the abdominals and the pelvis. Okay, we're going to come back to center. Going to find our neutral. And place 2 fingers on each hip bone. We're going to go into our teeter-totter. So one hip bone lifts up as the other hip bone slightly drops down. This one's hard. You want to make sure that the knees aren't moving with the hips. You want to keep that pelvis moving independently of the legs, which is easier said than done. It'll be really hard, but with practice it gets better. One more time to each side. Excellent. Hip bones are level, arms are down by your side. We're going to take the other leg up in a tabletop. You're going to draw the knee in towards your chest and then tap the toe down. That's it. So bringing that knee just in a little bit closer towards the chest and then tap. Tailbone stays heavy. Good. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Good. Taking the other leg up in a tabletop, draw that knee in towards the chest and tap it down. Inhale and exhale. inches apart. We're going to press into our feet as we lift the tailbone up. You're just going to lift until you feel a little bit of a hover of the tailbone, either above the ball or above the pillow or towel, and then lower the tailbone back down. And again, lift and lower. I want you to imagine your knees growing towards the end of your mat. So we're lengthening through the front of our hips, lengthening our psoas. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. One more time. Good. So you can bridge up again. If you just need to readjust where that ball or pillow is, make sure it's still underneath the tailbone. You're going to bring your tailbone down nice and heavy onto the ball. I want you to slide one leg out straight. It's going to sink heavy into the floor as you draw the other knee in towards you and just hold it here. So just feel a really nice stretch through that leg that's extended out right at the front of the hip. That's it. And then we're going to switch. So other leg comes out straight. You pull the other knee in. Good. And then switch. That's it. And switch. Good. We're going to bring our legs in. Again, adjust the ball or pillow or towel if you need to. You want it right underneath your tailbone. We're going to bring both legs up into tabletop. Arms are pressing into the mat at our side. Just going to let the feet dangle here. Squeeze the legs together. We're going to slowly lower the toes down towards the mat. Feel the thighs moving away from you. And then draw them back in. And again, toes tap and in. So we're going to start working into the lower abdominals. You might start to feel those lower abdominals turning on as those toes touch the mat. That's it. Keeping the tailbone heavy onto the ball. A few more. And last one. Good. Bringing the legs back up. We're going to lift the feet so they're in line with our knees. We're going to extend one leg out, drop back in, and then the other leg. So our single leg stretch. Pulling the abdominals in as you extend the leg out. Out. That's it. Good. You're going to draw both legs back into tabletop, let the feet dangle. This time I want you to take both arms up towards the ceiling. So you're going to feel a little wobbly here, and that's okay. It's what we want. You're going to slowly let those toes tap down towards the mat, and then draw them back in. And again, tap, and lift. Pull that belly button towards the spine. Good. One more time. And lift. Good. Keep the arms up. Keep those shoulder blades heavy into the mat. Bring the legs up in a tabletop. Extend one leg out. Bring it back in. And the other leg. Nice and slow. One arm can come down by your side if you need to. You're feeling really unsteady. So we're working our balance, even though we're lying on our back. Working that core. You know, all the stabilizing muscles. Good. One more time to each side. Good, excellent, bringing the arms down. Okay, so you can bring the feet down, adjust the ball if it's moved at all out from underneath your tailbone. It can do that sometimes, so make sure it's right back where it needs to be. We're going to take both legs back up into tabletop. We're going to extend one leg up straight. We're going to go into our bicycles. So really extending that leg out, and then at the very last second, draw the leg back in towards you. So really big bicycles. Really getting that core to work hard here. Arms are pressing into the mat at your sides. So we're working back of the upper arms. Good. That's it. We're going to bring both legs point, and flex as you bring back in. Keeping the tailbone heavy. Good. And flex. Let's do 3, 2, and last one. Good, excellent, bringing the feet all the way down. Bridge up nice and high, taking that ball out from underneath the tailbone. Lower yourself down. Good, we're going to come on up into sitting. We're going to take the ball, we're going to place it between our knees. Feet are flat on the mat, arms will come out. When you're ready, you're going to start rolling back off the sit bones, hollowing out through the abdominals, through the low back, and then come all the way back up. Lower and lift. That's it. Two more. Good. On the next one, you're going to roll back and you're going to hold it here. You're going to squeeze the ball or the pillow and release. Squeeze and release. You're feeling this into your inner thighs. Good. For 3, 2, last one. Good. I want you to squeeze that ball. Keep squeezing it as you come all the way up. Good. I'm going to roll back. Come back up. And up for 3, 2, last one. We're going to roll back, we're going to hold it here. Good, relax the shoulders, you're going to squeeze and release. Squeeze and release for 3, 2, and last one. Keep squeezing that ball as you come all the way up. Good job. Okay, so scoot yourself back down onto the mat. We're just going to walk our heels in a little bit closer towards us, and we'll just bridge up, nice and high. Once you're up in your bridge, take both arms overhead. Keep the arms here as you slowly come down, one vertebrae at a time. Good, bringing the arms down. And then again, lift. Arms come all the way overhead, and slowly come down. One more time. Lift, arms come over, and slowly come down. Good. Arms are going to come down by your side. We're going to slowly come up. This time, I want you to teeter-totter over to the left. So let the left hip bone drop down. So you're going to start coming up on the left side of your spine, one vertebrae at a time. All the way up into your bridge. You're going to level out at the top, and you're going to let the right hip bone drop down. You're going to come down the right side of your spine, one vertebrae at a time. That's it. So tip over to the left. Lifting up on the left side of your spine, back to center, neutral, pelvis at the top. Then let the right hip bone drop down as you come down on the right side of your spine. 2 more like this. So just find your flow. Up. Good. One more time. Tip. Come all the way down. Good job. Okay, so coming back to neutral, we're going to work a little bit into the side abdominals, bringing both legs up to tabletop. Keep squeezing that ball or pillow if you have it. Arms can come out to a T. Just going to let the legs go over slightly to one side. Use the bottom leg to push the legs back to center. Then over to the other side. Good. So control here. Using the abdominals to bring the legs back to center. That's it. One more time to each side. I'm going to make it a little bit more of a challenge. Once those legs are back to center, I'm going to have you take your legs over to the right. You're going to reach the right arm across the chest. Come back to center. Then you're going to do the same thing on the left side. Legs go over to the left as you reach the left arm across the body. Again, nice and slow. You don't want to go too fast. We're going to focus on that control. Notice your breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Come back to center with the legs. You can let the feet dangle if the front of your hips are really bothering you, or you can keep your legs up in tabletop. Palms of the hands will come to the front of the thighs. You're going to press your hands into your thighs, and your thighs are going to resist. You're going to keep pressing and resisting as you hold it and breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet down. Let the feet dangle. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. We're going to make it a little bit more of a challenge. We're going to add in some upper abdominals. You're going to curl up to the tips of your shoulder blades. So now you're looking down at your thighs. You're going to lift the feet up. You're going to press the hands into the thighs. The thighs are going to resist. You're going to hold it here. That's it. For 5. Keep shaking. You're going to shake. My voice might be shaking. I'm working hard. Good. Excellent. And lower yourself all the way down. Good job. Okay. So come on up into sitting. We're going to place either the ball or whatever your prop is that you've decided to use. You're going to place it in between your shoulder blades, your upper back. So make sure the ball is in the upper back. Hands will come behind the head. We're going to do a little bit of an extension here. So you should be able to see your elbows in your side view. We're just going to round over the ball. So feel the spine rounding here. And then come back to center. And again, round over that ball. And come back to center. Good. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the pelvis in neutral. That's it. So the neck isn't bending. The neck stays neutral. Stays in the same position. You want to feel your spine rounding over the ball. Good. One more time. Excellent. And coming back to center. Okay, come on up into sitting. We're going to grab onto our band now. Using the band. Do a little bit more spine work, and then we'll get working into the arms. So legs will be about hip distance apart, or a little bit wider. You can flex your feet. If you have your pillow or towel, you can sit on it for this portion. It'll help lengthen through the low back. Take any tension out of the hips. So arms are just a nice distance on the band, not too much tension. Arms are out straight. And we're just going to lift the arms up and bring them down. And again, inhale to lift, exhale to lower. So make sure your ribcage isn't popping. That's it. I think of a string attached to the top of the head. 2 more. The last one. Good. We're going to end with the arms out straight. We're going to go into our spine stretch. So rounding forward, reaching the band towards your feet. Come all the way back up. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Pull the belly button towards your spine. Keep the sit bones nice and heavy onto the mat. Good. One more time. Reach. Good. Come all the way back up. We're going to lift the arms up. We're going to twist to one side, and we're going to dive down over towards that opposite leg. Back to center. Straighten yourself out. Twist to the other side and dive down. And bend the knees if you need to, if you're feeling tension in the low back or hips. One more time to each side. On the next one, I want you to twist. You're going to dive down the top arm, or the arm that's behind you. You're going to anchor it down onto the mat at your side. The other arm is up by your toe. You're going to keep that back arm anchored, or hand anchored to the mat. You reach the other arm up towards the ceiling, bring it across the chest and behind you. And your gaze can follow the whole time. Bring the arm back down, and again, pull. That's it. And pull. One more time. Pull. You reach that arm that's by your foot up towards the ceiling and behind you. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. I like this one. Last one. Good. Excellent. Coming back to center. Lower the arms down. Just set the band off to the side. We're just going to come over onto our tummy. We're going to lie down onto our mat. We'll just stretch out our hip flexors. I know that position can be challenging for some. It can get tight through the front of the hips. So we'll just give it a stretch. So forehead will get down onto the hands. Legs are out straight. We're going to lift one leg just to a hover and lower down. The other leg lift and lower. That's it. Good. So feeling the glutes, lifting the leg, keeping the knee nice and straight. Do one more time to each side. Good. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to come up onto our elbows and we're going to come up into our plank position. So elbows are in line with the shoulders, toes are down, knees are lifted, and we're just going to do our a shift forward. So shifting your weight to the top of the mat, and then you're going to shift your heels, shifting into the heels, so shifting your weight to the bottom of the mat. Shift up, shift down. So if you were standing, it's similar to your calf raises. So how we started the class. Keep the neck lifted, don't let the head drop down. Shift, back. So working those upper back muscles, working the core, slight tuck of the tailbone. One more time. Good. Excellent. Come back to center. Lower the knees down. I'm going to have you come up into your push-up position. So you have some options here. You can have your fingers pointing towards the top of your mat. If you want to try a little bit of a variation, you can turn the fingers slightly in towards the center of the mat. Keep the knees down, or if you want, if you feel like you have that strength, keep the legs out straight. And we're just going to come down into our push-up. All the way up. Down, up. Good. Inhale and exhale. Do 3. That's it. 2. And last one. Press. Good. Coming back onto your forearms. You're going to come back and do another set of those. So lifting up into your plank. You're going to shift your weight forward and down towards the bottom of the mat. Pull that belly button in. Your whole body's working right now. Keep the head lifted. And about 3 more for 3. 2. And last one. Excellent. Come back to center. Lower the knees down. Come up into your push-up position. Again, you can turn the fingers slightly in towards the center of the mat, or keep your fingers up towards the top of the mat. And we're going to come down into our push-up. Down and press up. Good. Pull the belly button in. That's it. Keep breathing for 5, 4, 3. That's it. 2. And last one. Excellent. Push yourself back into child's pose and just take a deep breath into your low back. And just hold it here. Good. You can walk your hands over to one side of your mat, so just feeling a stretch through the side. And hold it here. Then walk your hands over to the other side of your mat. Sink heavy. And just hold it. Again, one more time to each side, walking the hands over to the other side of the mat. And over to the other side one last time. Good.